Dream, dare, do. 3 great words. They've served me well in my lifetime. But quite frankly, I'd like to add one more word to the mix, but we're going to do that in a little while. First, I'd like to tell you a little bit about myself. When I was a little girl, all I ever wanted to do was art in any form. I actually think I might have been born with a crayon in my hand. By the time I got to high school, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I wanted to be a graphic designer, but in those years it was called an advertising or commercial artist. It became my dream, and it was a bit of a dare because it was my parents' dream for me to become a teacher, and it was my teacher's dream for me to stop drawing and doodling in all their classes so maybe my dream could come true. And in fact, it did. On the day that I graduated from Albright Knox Art School at the University of Buffalo, I drove directly to New York City, to Madison Avenue, to make my dream come true. The funny thing about dreams is that you have so many in your lifetime. And the trick is to know when to take the dare and when to do. There's a song from the Disney movie Cinderella that says, "A dream is a wish your heart makes." And at the end of the song, it says, "Have faith in your dream, and sometime your rainbow will come shining through." So what's your dream? Do you want to go to the moon or start a business? Do you want to write a book, create the next greatest app? Whatever your dream is, hold on to it, because you never know if that's the dream or your rainbow is going to come shining through. There's a quote from motivational speaker Les Brown that says, "You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great." So keep dreaming. Another dream for me happened as the result of a very unexpected conversation. In 2009, I was at a Rochester City school on the last day of school before summer vacation. I was surrounded by a group of teachers, and one of the teachers was quite upset. I went over to see if I could help her in any way, and this is what she said to me. She said, "I hate to send the kids home for summer vacation. They have no books, they have no toys, they have no crayons." Well, the book and toy thing kind of went over my head. But no crayons to the girl who was born with a crayon in her hand made no sense. I had worked in the Rochester City School districts on different projects, and I knew that about 65% of the kids who go to school in Rochester City go to school in neighborhoods that are impoverished. And I had confirmation from a number of principals that summer that indeed those students, most of them, maybe all of them, never owned a new box of crayons. So this got my head to thinking and my dream to start dreaming. What could I do with something so little that would make a big difference? I explored in my mind, if I really wanted to put crayons in the hands of hundreds of kids, what would it take? Where do you get the crayons? How do you pay for the crayons? And maybe most of all, is this just my dream, or in fact, would it make a difference for kids to have crayons? Well, I decided to move forward and take the dare. I thought if I could create a coloring book that I could sell, then I could get funds that I could buy crayons. Sounded like a plan, but this is exactly what I did. I called a group of friends who were artists, and I called some artists who I didn't even know, but I knew their work, and I asked them all if they would do a drawing for me, just a black line drawing in their particular style that I could use in a coloring book. And I called a printer that I knew, and I asked him how generous he could be in printing the coloring book. And then I called a man who owned a gift shop on Park Avenue and asked him if he would sell the book. Everybody said yes, which was great, but I think the most important call I made was to a child and family psychotherapist. I wanted to see if my assumption that giving kids the tools and the time to be creative, to express themselves, to have fun, to color their dreams, if that would help with their emotional development. And in fact, I got great confirmation from him. And with that, the Crayon Project was born. The Crayon Project was a unique project that gave every year on the last day of school a unique coloring book and a box of 24 colors to kids to take home for summer vacation. The first crayon project was followed by 7 more. The project grew and changed, and each year there were challenges. I had to find more artists to join with me in color and drawing the pages. I had to look for philanthropy because we couldn't continue to just sell the book and get the funds to buy the crayons. We needed sponsorship. And I was overwhelmed by the Rochester corporations that came forward and sponsored the Crayon Project. I went to the early childhood literacy program at Nazareth College to see if they could assist in writing some content for the book, sort of to go along with the pictures, so that the kids would not only have an ability to color over the summer, but also to continue their reading. I worked with the ARC of Monroe County to see if they would, and they did, package the packages, and with first student yellow buses to distribute the packages. Along the way, in one of the books, number 4, I believe, I included a poster, a pull-out page, that had a picture of a box of 64 crayons, and along with it, 64 ideas of how to help and volunteer to help children in the city of Rochester. In another book, we inserted a coloring page that was a self-mailer. It became a contest that kids could do over the summer. We had about over 700 entries, which was incredible. And so, all in all, the Crayon Project, with the help of maybe 50 or 75 family and friends every year, became a success. But at the beginning of this, I said that I would add one word to Dream, Dare, Do. And the word I would like to add is good. I think that when we dream, we have an opportunity to imagine what it would take to do something good for somebody else. How can we be helpful in making change in the world or in our community? What can we do to benefit other people? So I think that we can imagine our dreams take us to so many places, but when they take us to the place where we're helping other people, we get a gift for ourselves. For me, that gift with the Crayon Project was the smiles on the faces of the children receiving their first new box of crayons on the last day of school. It was the comments from teachers and principals about the value of kids having the crayons and being able to color and explore for themselves. It was the beauty of a community coming together to do something to help children. And maybe, just maybe, from this will emerge another great artist. So for me, I say, dream, dare, do good. It can start with something no bigger than one small crayon. Thank you.